Chase Richardson. And Chase, we got a special guest on here.
Yeah, we're down a man with Uncle Larry hitting the bell on us. And, the full pool analyst group has grown to be the lead us in the tractor pull universe. But with Larry being down, there's a lot of conversation over who to fill a spot. Ultimately, went to a guy in a straw hat. But more importantly, a guy who understands the greatest class in the pulling in the mirror class, Mr. Tyler Salt.
That is definitely the greatest class. No question about that. 100%. Happy to join you guys today. Had some wins this year, and I really sucked last night. So you figured you'd drag me out of the
Oh, we were going to analyze what went wrong. We'll get to that a little bit later.
We got 45 minutes to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll work on that a little bit later.
You know, there's a last place pick tonight in the meter class in the prop games.
Well, I feel like I'd be a pretty solid bet.
We're gonna get into that.
So let's talk about this afternoon. Great crowd here in Fort Recovery, Ohio. The fans are still filing in. We're going to have a great show here tonight. Session number 3. We saw last night. Well, actually, we talked about last Friday night's countdown to Big Time show. We had a huge announcement.
Groundbreaking in the world of pulling and motorsports. Tyler, did you hear the news?
I did. I mean, it's been going like wildfire here too.
I know you've had a secret. Those of you who are just in the venue or online doing it for the first time, enter all the contests with Full Pull starting last night, starting today, going all next week in Rockwell, Iowa. You enter a drawing to go to Bowling Green, Ohio, Pull Town, USA. I know you'll be there. Free tickets, all 5 sessions, but more importantly, you get to drive a 2-wheel drive, the Full Pull 2-wheel drive, Bowling Green, Ohio.
In front of the fans
in front of the fans,
the largest crowd in pulling.
You get a fire suit, you get the neck harness, you'll get...
making a pass at Bowling Green is life-changing, so somebody's life's going to be changed forever.
Absolutely. And just so we're clear, there are some terms and conditions in this, so you'll see. It'll be safely done, professionals involved, no nonsense. You will have to check some boxes prior to driving it. You just can't.
Of course, understand.
Yeah, I mean,
we do.
It's Bowling Green, and there seems to be activities at Bowling Green that fans like to do. You will not be able to partake in that prior to the pull, but afterwards it'll be the biggest part of your senior life.
That's right.
So yes, you cannot come crawling out of the campground and try to run this 2-wheel drive. There's going to be some.
I don't think that would end too well.
Yeah,
greatest motorsports, greatest fans, but we have the greatest safety too, so we're not going to go there.
Absolutely. And also, we've got hotel. Hotels paid
hotel,
for.
tickets. And a buddy.
All the accommodations.
You got it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it could be male or female too. So a lot of times females are beating us this year in the mini rock class, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm used to that feeling.
Yeah, but sign up. Session 3 tonight. We have 6 active games. The $2,500 grand prize. Pick all 6 class winners. You win $2,500. Nobody did it last night. I didn't know if you heard or not, Tyler. At Chapel Hill, a guy named Dan Mayer was 1 pick away from going 5 for 5. The closest anyone's gotten.
He knows a thing or two about the sport.
He does. And he likes to go by pulling reference.
But what he doesn't tell you is he didn't pay me. He says, we're in lieu of payment, we're going to bring you on this show.
Yeah.
So that, it kind of worked out.
It's all about the experience, not the dollars.
That's right.
Spread the message of the motorsport. So
showing everybody how easy it is to do. So let's talk about last night.
Yeah.
What a show. I mean, Friday night, Fort Recovery, Ohio, where would you rather be?
Do we want to talk about the show or what happened about 3 a.m. last night?
Well, I think we could get to that.
I think the 3 a.m. is kind of cool.
Okay.
It actually was kind of scary. For those of you that aren't aware, we got session 1 in. The forecast was kind of like a, up and down all day, ever changing like most weather in the summertime. But, we were doing our typical thing, get our vehicles loaded up, everybody's join their evening, go to bed at a good fair amount of time, and then at 3:30 in the morning, those annoying sounds that the phone makes when something's happening. Tornado, take safety in Fort Recovery, Ohio, and then at the same time, I don't know about your rig, Tyler, but ours was just swinging back and forth.
Yeah, well, you had mentioned going to bed at 3:30 when that happened. I haven't gone to bed yet.
Some of us
thinking about going.
For science, I had stayed out to observe the weather and watch that roll.
You were a storm chaser last night.
Yes, exactly. So, we hunkered down in somebody's trailer and proceeded to observe.
So
it,
what did you really do? I want to hear this. Tell all the pulling fans around the world
we were all
what you did.
standing outside having a couple of beverages, and it began to rain, so naturally you seek shelter, and so we went inside of a trailer with the ramp down, and we had, I don't know, 15 of us in there, and all of our phones are going off, and the trailer is next to a river, and we're like, well, worst case scenario, this trailer rolls into a river. It's not the first time I've been flipped over, this year. It wouldn't be too big of a deal.
Don't say that,
so,
Tyler.
we'll just hang out in the bottom of a river, and
So whose trailer was it? Your trailer?
Ken Boltemeyer's.
Oh, okay. So you remember when you were kids in school, you used to do those drills, like fire drills and
put
tornado
the book
drills?
over your head,
So
hide under a
did you all
desk.
get
Hide under the desk,
Did you all
right.
get in the position in the trailer?
No, unfortunately, I didn't use that skill that I mastered at a young age. We just kind of stood there.
So I was going to ask you, what's the plan for the cooler? How do we get the, do we just go with the trailer going into the river? Or you didn't?
We had brought the cooler into the trailer,
okay.
and somebody was established to sit on the cooler to anchor it
there you
down,
go. Okay, all right.
So we took shifts.
Okay.
It was
But
a shared responsibility.
Needless to say, luckily, anything could happen any day. We all know this in the world we live in, but a tornado in a pit is kind of a scary thought. And when you're in your haulers getting woken by wind doing like that, like a couple guys I was in the hauler with, they looked like, "What are we going to do?" I said, I guess we're going to wing it.
What can you do?
What can you do at that point, right?
Yeah, but luckily, we lost an awning, not the full pull awning. Full Pull is a brand that can't be touched by severe weather.
That's
but
right.
Yes, UD Motorsports is looking for a new awning.
Yes, actually, we're going to try to fix it.
okay.
We had a spare in the trailer we put up today.
Oh,
so,
very nice.
Yeah, just like engines, we pack spare
You came
awnings.
prepared.
Yeah, spare awnings. There you go.
But
Gotta have them.
the rain came, everybody got through it, and then today's weather's, it's a little warm now, but looks like it's going to be an awesome evening of pulling.
Yeah, last night we had a little bit of weather like you talked about, but it came in a little bit early. We were about 11, 12 miles away. We had lightning last night, and we're just hoping to finish the show up. We got that in, so that went, and then of course it came back with that tornado warning. The winds came, but let's talk about the show last night.
All we lost was awning, so we're good.
So we got two mini rod competitors with us. How did you all do last night? What was your placings? Okay,
I did terrible.
Okay, Tyler did terrible.
bad.
Chase, on the other hand,
I did what Tyler's been doing. I was in the top 3, so I just got lucky. What's those movies where you switch places with people? Vice versa, that old
Vice
throwback
versa,
movie.
yeah.
We were
That's
like the
what we
two
did.
guys in that. We just
Yeah.
flipped it. So
We're gonna flip it back tonight.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's my goal.
so we
Hopefully,
had
hopefully I can just get stuck up top again.
Okay. I'll see you up there.
We had a debut winner last night.
Yeah, we had Andy Corporal
Great
in
national debut.
Yes, in his debut last night, picked up the win. Now, was it a lucky deal? Was it? Third time in a mini rod, and
He made us
really-
look foolish.
Yeah.
Made a nice pass.
If it was the other class, I would say maybe luck, but there's nobody lucky that hops in one of those things. You got to know it's the best class in pulling for a reason, and that's because of how challenging it is. He's got a lot of smart people working with him. Andy's the brother of Les Corporal, cousin of Brad Corporal.
Of course, Modern Machine.
Modern
for
Machine.
everybody that not unfamiliar with that.
So, not taking anything away from him, but he's got good folks with him. So I was not surprised at all.
No, I
to
don't
see
think
him.
anybody was. With that much talent around you and some
For sure.
resources and notes to go off of.
Yeah. So we're,
And then once again,
that's the
who's-
first time actually I was going to ask you this, Tyler. I don't think I'd ever pulled that grandstand track ever in a mini rod. Maybe one time. We were always this side.
I have
right?
a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah, over the years, but been pulling mini for
It,
11
it's a
or
little
12
different
years.
than the other. There's differences in the two
It
tracks.
is,
like
yeah.
it's,
It always, as you can see, and Renee unfortunately saw it, always wants to kind of pull you to that left-hand side down at the big
so
end.
We're going to be back there again tonight. So
And once again, a great class. 20, what did we have, 28 last night?
believe
It was
so.
a who's who once again in mini rods.
Now we got, 31 tonight?
Yeah, no slouches. It's tough out there.
Yeah.
So we said that Andy Corporal picked up the win, and then two-wheel drive class last night.
Donnie Sullivan.
Donnie Sullivan with his new truck this year.
Yeah.
And once again, that was our second biggest class of the night. And
Yeah.
Any surprises we saw in that class? Donnie's been running tough all year.
Yeah, I don't think
Yes.
anybody's surprised to see him win. Those
Yes.
guys have been pulling two-wheel drive truck, I think, almost longer than anyone.
Typical two-wheel drive fashion, 2nd through 7th place within 3 feet.
Yep.
So,
It's incredible.
Sometimes it's not as bad as you think it is. Donnie was out there, I think, 13, 14 foot ahead, but we actually caught up with Donnie and some of these other winners. He had some good comments about his truck and his run, but yeah, those guys are elite at what they do, just like, that class is easily as competitive as mini rod. They just do it a different way.
Absolutely. So we had super stock diesel trucks last night, and we saw Justin Gearhart. He came out on top with that class. Once again, a solid class. I think there was about 12, 13 trucks in that class.
Yeah.
And they're all right there.
They flip-flop tonight. I think their last class instead of first class
Oh,
this evening.
okay.
Them and the diesel supers flip-flop. But yeah, another one, throw a dart at the board. I would say out of those guys, I don't know extremely well, but any of those, was there 10 or 11? I'd say 8 or 9 of them.
Yeah, I would
win.
say, like you say, throw a dart.
Yeah.
It's, that's going to be, we get to our picks a little bit later, but just recapping last night. And then, of course, Travis Schlaubaugh, once again, the bone twister. Everybody we had our picks over here, and unfortunately we all came up short on the pick, but Travis showed everybody why he has been a many-time national
two-time
champion.
back-to-back.
Yep.
The next month or month and a half is going to be a ton of fun watching that points race in that class. I think there's 4 within 5 points. That's going to be
tight.
really cool.
Yep.
That's tight.
Yep. And then our final class, the unlimited class last night, and we saw the nonsense team. Brad Benedict picked up the big win last night.
Yep.
And with
Park
those,
Fuel in the top 3.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they were in the top 3 last night with their screw chargers. And
Yeah, it was
We'll
cool
talk
to see a
about-
track hold the power of those 4 motors with screws on them. I feel like it's not very often. That was quite a show.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
and consistent all the way through.
I
We
thought
saw
so
it.
as well.
There was 12 last night, and any one of those 12,
Absolutely.
that was just a great show by the unlimited class. And we talked about, yesterday's show about true unlimiteds.
Yes.
You got there's a dozen out there that are true unlimiteds, and
Record-breaking year for the sport of pulling in a lot of ways.
I really think it is. I
it
don't know
is.
that there's ever been 12 true. You'd always see a couple of modifieds
Jump
up
in,
and,
right, from time
mix
to
it
time.
up.
No offense to them, but unlimited's unlimited.
Yeah.
These guys can't go pull anywhere else.
That's right.
That's a fact.
So you want to see them, you come out to an NTPA Grand National Pull, and you can see here tonight they're filing in, and it's going to be an outstanding program.
Absolutely. And like I mentioned, we had a chance to catch up with Brad Benedict, Travis Schlaubaugh, and Donnie Sullivan. Kind of recap their runs and talk about their season at this point. So spent some time with those gentlemen. So listen to what the winners from Session 1 had to say. Full Recovery Ohio Session 3 preview. Stopped around the pits here with the Diesel Super Stock winner last night, Mr. Travis Schlaubaugh, friend of the Full Pull team, former host on set. Travis, it took a win to get you back in front of the camera, but congratulations. Tell us a little bit about what worked last night for the bone twister.
Yeah, we just Jerry helps me so much, and I wanted to shift up, and he wanted me to shift down, so we kind of come to the conclusion. I listened to him. He's great help for me on the sled spotting and then all my air pressure and everything on the tractor. It sees it from a whole different angle than I do on the seat. So ultimately, yes, I got the final say, but he does a good job of keeping me in line and saying, hey, and so that was probably the biggest thing. We changed a little thing, made some little clutch adjustments over the week, and everything just seemed to work out. Numbers game, it was our night last night.
As you well know, we're all here to spread the word this is the greatest motorsport in the world. But for some of those people that don't understand what shift up and shift down means, my version may not be the same yours, so please explain what you mean by that.
We got a 4-speed transmission. We can pick any of 4 gears from direct to over direct or under direct, and we just use that. That just determines our final tire speed going out the back end. So some tracks, when the track is not quite as good or it's a little looser, we'll shift up, grab a gear, spin the tires harder. But when the track is really good here, like Fort Recovery, we had to shift down and make sure that we got the horsepower to match the track. That's what we're doing, is trying to match our horsepower to the track the most efficiently way we can.
Very well said. So, in a nutshell, what gear did you run last night? What was it?
That one I'm going to keep safe.
Oh, this is a guy who is great in front of the cameras, but competitive behind the scenes. We run the same gear tonight.
That will be determined when we get out there.
First class, it may be a little different deal. We're going to be in the sun.
Yeah, 100%. The sun, it's amazing what turns around and makes this last. The sun will make it. How good the track. We had a session earlier today that's going to tear the track up a little bit more, how the track crew preps it. So it's all judgmental, but we'll make it happen.
Your all's class is really banging heads right now. There's what, 4 of you within 5 points, is that correct? That look at the rank,
Yep.
standings. And you're really just, honestly, at the halfway point, right? On paper, or a little past that? Around
Yep.
there, right?
Yep.
You got every weekend basically from now, minus the Labor Day weekend where you guys are competing, if I'm not mistaken. So you're midway point, you're in the hunt. Obviously, A to B is what everyone wants, but what's kind of the downhill approach to the bone twister What will this be, a three-peat championship?
This would be 3 in a row. And for us, it seems weird this year because we've had a couple rainouts, and it's amazing how much your rainouts will affect your game. Because when you do a 2-day show, it actually, you can tune on that second day. You've got the same amount of dirt, same track, same facility, same sleds. But when you go from event to event on a one hook, it makes a big difference. So,
well, for most guys, but you guys are complete idiots that run this diesel superstock class, so you're the exception. But carry on.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Yeah, it's the craziest class to be in, but we love it. It's an awesome ride once you get it. But we feel like we can tune. We got to go into Bowling Green. We run Sandwich, Illinois after Bowling Green, so Bowling Green's kind of like a 3/4 of the way through. You want to be setting really good when you're there.
So you're not willing to tell us what gear you're running, but basically, to summarize, because you're a great speaker, I'm just a guy to the point. You just got to make laps and not break anything, right?
100%. We've done an excellent job the last year. That's our goal for this year, is to try to keep the motor together, keep the laps making them without breakdowns.
I don't know if you heard the news or not. For pulling fans, starting this weekend and really promoting into your hometown pool next week in Rockwall, Iowa, any fan who enters one of the full pull free-to-play contests, you go into a grand prize drawing for a trip to Bowling Green, Ohio, tickets for the National Tractor Pulling Championships, and making an exhibition run in the full pull two-wheel drive. Travis, we know you love this sport. What would it take for you to offer that to the bonus race? Would we include that in the deal, or are you too worried about the points race right now?
I think this one I'd have to stand out for the points race. But I'll tell you what, any fan that's out there, you get the opportunity to drive a two-wheel drive truck. I mean, it would be a great, awesome experience to run that. And thanks to Full Pull for putting that opportunity on there, because there's going to be one lucky fan out there that's going to have a sweet ride.
And we're promoting what? The greatest what?
Greatest sport in America.
Greatest motorsport in America.
Motorsport.
And then he's going to tell us off air what gear he's going to be running tonight. So
Yeah.
Travis, good luck, brother.
Thanks, Chase.
For those of you that can't see, life is hard, but it's even harder when you're stupid. Travis, never truer word spoken. We're here with Donnie Sullivan, Session 1 two-wheel drive winner. Donnie, loosen up a little bit, man. We're friends. We're from Kentucky. You don't let me probably. But Session 1, probably the most impressive win of the night from my standpoint, even though I ran the class. 15-foot win with the new debut truck this year called Big Stick. Donnie, one of the best things I've heard pulling Big Stick. Can you tell us a story about that?
Well, I asked you one night, we was out having a few cold beers after the pool, and I needed a name for my new truck, and you said, what about Big Stick? So it kind of stuck with me. You always want to be the biggest stick playing ball and stuff. You always know who the hitters are, and I want to be one.
Family sport, but we all know what the meaning means. This is a guy who wears many hats, including a straw one a day. Thursday night, he was in a mini rod in Goshen, Indiana, campaigned into a win. Then last night, competitive field two-wheel drives, as I said, a very impressive win. This truck probably only ran it a handful of times, honestly, at this point this year, but it seems like it's really dialed in. Really nice piece. Tell us about Big Stick.
It's a modern chassis. It's a year old. We bought it. Somebody ran it for 1 year, then we bought the chassis. And then the body's one of the Motorsports old bodies when they used to run two-wheelers, but we redid it and put our own flavor to it. It's a team truck with big end red, and it's all Motorsports. You kind of need a few bullets in that class with so many team trucks.
You know, it's interesting. This is the busiest weekend pulling of the year, probably, arguably. You know, when you look at across the country, and your team is divided right now, which is not something that happens very often. First question: when was the last time y'all did that in terms of divided up and went to two national events? I've been around, know you guys a long time. Was that ever happen?
Well, last year we had to run the trucks to Tennessee and the practice but I don't like to do that. I got all my whole team there, and I got Robbie and many of my
impressive is probably the win. You parked 2 tractors in top 3 in probably the most competitive field of 11 vehicles out there pulling from just top to bottom. So, Brad, congratulations. You guys have really had these things dialed in. Tell us a little bit about the last year or so. It's really kind of seen you guys take off and elevate.
Well, as you know, last year we built 2 new chassis that didn't get out until this time last year.
It was a debut here last year.
Yeah.
Like that.
We have struggled since we bought these screw blowers with chassis problems, just trying to figure out how to use all this power. And, last year we had Brad build us these new chassis. They work.
Problem solved, right?
So far, so good.
Yeah. Well, and pulling dirt is no problem solved. It's just navigate to the next day. But it's a little more refreshing when you can go out there and not.
Yeah.
Whenever you can focus on tuning your engines and picking the spot on the track and not worry about is this tire gonna blow out of the ground, it's a lot easier. It's a lot more fun, right?
Yeah, like to start out with, when I first got them, I was driving them so soft, just waiting for something to happen, and now we're putting power into them.
Now you're pulling. You're actually pulling now. Before you were just out there
trying to manage it.
Damage control.
Yeah.
No, you guys are awesome. Only pullers out here with 4 screw blowers. You do it with 2 tractors. You guys spend a lot of time R&D, and you have your own dyno, and maybe not a team that works harder at figuring it out than you guys. I know you take a lot of pride in that.
We didn't give up. Well, you guys had the 4 screw blowers there for a while and made the change to 14s, and your dad's tractor runs great.
Yeah.
But we knew we just had to figure out how to harness this thing, and I think all along we were just really fighting the chassis problems.
Yeah. The cool part about the class, you just said it. 11 tractors could probably hit it and win, but I think you probably got 7 or 8 different combinations. Even the 5-engine tractors.
Yeah.
Herschel's got 4 18s.
I mean, by comparison, those tractors have way more power than any of the tractors there. It's just
Get it to the ground.
So to the ground.
I know you're a big motorsports guy, but this is clearly the best motorsport in the world, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Because we don't get to practice.
No.
If you could practice, you'd have had this problem solved how many years ago? Or how many? So you came out of those screws. When was it? Probably
2016.
And then
call
it 5 years.
Every now and then we would have some success, and you would take that into the next event, and it wouldn't work at all.
Yeah.
So.
But those guys, all other motorsports, they get asphalt, they get practice.
Yeah.
They call it testing. Yeah. Let's go to the cool word for practice, and we'll call it testing.
Well, and you can run a sled, you can go test, but if you're not running against the tractors really don't know where
you can bring the best track build in the world, but you can't simulate. No simulate. Brad, you guys, it's your hometown pool, so to speak. So we're not far from home.
We're 2 hours from home here. It's about 80 miles.
So I'd say the 2 things that go hand in hand with winning a close pool, being close at home, is a late night, right?
Yeah. Well, we were up late last night.
So I made a late night. So
we had a lot of family and friends and stuff that come over last night, and it was really cool to do well.
Yeah.
With everybody here. So.
Well, best of luck tonight, session 3. Don't beat up on my dad too bad again tonight. So see you guys later on.
All right, welcome back to the Countdown to Pull Time show here for session number 2 here in Fort Recovery. Well, we've got our prop pick. It's that time. It's that magic time.
Diesel burning prop pick.
Diesel burning.
Tyler, you know why we call it diesel burning, right?
I know.
Because in this motorsport, we don't burn nitro, we don't burn racing fuel, we burn diesel. Just not mini rods.
That's right. I don't think my motor would like that very much.
Well, I guess
We'll try it in yours, not mine.
Hey, if you do it tonight, I'll lock you in for the last place prop pick for the mini rod class.
That would be
there's a guaranteed lock right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure Bruce would like that though. Would he?
Yeah, no, he'd be a little upset with me.
Yeah, it's the time. So I'll be the
Alex Trebek.
Yeah, I'll be Alex Trebek. You guys be the minds you are. So again, download the Full Pull app, App Store, Google Play. Here in the venue, anywhere in the world, you can play greatest motorsport in the world. Why not include the greatest props in the world? Question number 1. Total number of diesel super stocks that drive off the track tonight. 4.5. We're going over or under. We have 6 here competing. This is a second leg of a 2-day hook, which is a different deal. Tyler, how we do it here. You two you give your idea, you give yours, and then we'll come to common ground.
I'm going to go under on that. Like you say, it's the second day of a 2-day. It's hot out. It's been a long day.
Their first class tonight.
Yeah. I'm going under.
I'm going to agree with the guest. I'm going to go with under as well.
So under 4.5. Wow.
Under 4.
We're going to have some. This is going to be an interesting first class to follow. Under 4.5. Diesel Super Stocks 4.5 going off the track. Question number 2. Two-wheel drives with DQ out of bounds. So how many two-wheel drives run out of bounds? Now they changed the lineup on us. Originally, the Class order two-wheel drives were going to be second on the grandstand side, which has a long history of taking people out of bounds. So whoever the guys in this sport are that make the decisions obviously don't include the diesel burning prop picks in it. But neither here nor there. 1.5 two-wheel drives out of bounds on the hillside track.
On the hillside.
We had 0 last night.
I'm going to go under.
I am as well.
Under.
I feel like the two-wheelers seem to be fairly manageable as far as going out
Yeah,
of
especially on
bounds.
that track. Yeah. So whoever's run this poll, be sure to include diesel burning prop picks in your decision making in the future.
Yes, of course.
Okay, here we go. A little team battle, 2 versus 2.
Okay.
Gotta love these in the
All
two-wheel
right.
drive class. We have the Sawmill Express Big Stick, the Sullivan Beatty group, versus Jesse Petro himself.
Oh.
Kathy's Complaint, Buckeye
Some rich
Hollow.
pedigrees there to put up against each
That
other.
one will
Yes.
make you think.
Ugh.
You know,
I mean,
Jesse Petro versus Team Sullivan Beatty.
Sullivan's been on a bit more of a hot streak. I mean, yesterday with the win, it's not that it's always consistent, but that's the tiebreaker for me. But I mean, I'm on the fence on that one.
yeah, I mean, and Jesse's due.
Yeah.
Jesse's due. So
I could be swayed. I mean,
yeah,
what are you thinking?
well, I mean, he's due, but like you say, you got to go with the hot hand.
Yeah.
So I agree. I'll go with the hot
Okay.
hand.
Wow. I'm going to go Jesse Petro. Even though I'm not, this is my game, I'll still do it. But Jesse Petro is well, we'll get to that later.
And I
All
told
right.
Jesse I wouldn't pick him to jinx him. So
Yeah. Okay, mini rod head to head. We had some shuffling around the mini rod point stand last night.
Big time.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have the best motorsport in the world competing with 30 of them.
with
We've
the best
seen
class.
The best class.
Sorry,
and
the
the
best.
best
What am I
motorsport.
doing?
Yes.
It's been a long weekend. A lot
We
of
got
heat.
you, Chase.
Best class
We
in
got you.
motorsports competing. Anything can happen. So our new number 1 competitor is Adam Bauer and Iron Toy, and the new second place is Brian McDonald, Very Little Sandy. So with the movement in the point standings, we have a head-to-head battle. Iron Toy versus Very Little Sandy. Who's coming out on top? No friends in this class, Tyler. This is a diesel burning prop picks.
I mean, I'm going to go Brian McDonald just because we've seen him in years past just blow away some competition with
At this
some
place.
monster passes,
He likes this
especially here at
place.
Fort Recovery. He wants those water barrels smashing into the front of his tractor.
And he had a second place finish last
He
night.
did.
So I'm going to go. I agree. We'll go with Brian McDonald.
Adam Bauer, they think you suck.
No, he
No,
was
no,
just,
no, not at all.
he was just up till like 5 a.m. last night.
Yeah.
So.
He's fresh. He's ready.
We'll have to get his storm story. I'd love to hear that one.
Pretty similar to mine.
Total number of mini rods distance. Total number of mini rods past 350 foot. Last night we had 3. Tyler, nobody had gone past 350 this year in mini rod class except one at Chapel Hill. Last
Really?
night we had 3. Over and under 2.5 for session 3.
I'm going to take the over on that. I feel like they got him tuned right up from last night, and they're going to be putting down some distance.
See, I'm thinking the under because I'm thinking Vaughn's going to have that sled. He
He's
knows
gonna
what
tighten
they're.
a little bit.
Yep, he knows what.
Yeah.
I mean,
The tiebreaker decision comes to me. I know Vaughn. I don't think he's going to do anything different. We're going to run like we did earlier. If the track's the same, we could have 5 or 6
Okay.
past 350 because people make adjustments. And everyone's going to do better. So I'm going the over, Dan. Not to go against you.
that's all right. I've been overruled before.
Which class will record the furthest recorded distance of any class? Last night it was the unlimited. Mini rod I think was second. So which class will go the furthest? Will pull the furthest distance in any class with any competitor?
I think I'm going to go unlimited again on that. I mean, those
Yeah.
guys,
Go
there's
with
so
what you
many of
know.
them out there, and if they hook that up, it's just a monster.
Yeah.
You can't hold it back.
I think I'm going to agree with that.
That's the number 1 picked one so far. So stick with the trend. Unlimited it is. The last place super stock diesel 4x4 finisher. Now guys, we won't do this because I think this is harder than picking winners because there's just so much.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of who's not good. It's like
Who
who's
has a
gonna have
problem?
bad luck.
Who has a
it's the bad
problem?
luck one.
And
So-
they're all friends, so
Yeah,
you
so-
don't want to.
We're gonna spin the wheel like it's Bob Barker, and I'm gonna land on one. Let's see now.
Now,
Top shelf, Nick Gillette. Love you, buddy.
Ooh.
Last place tonight. Last place mini rod finisher. Tyler, any comments on this?
I mean, I'd be a strong contender for that.
well, I'd say we spin the wheel again.
You know what?
Chase, you got to pick one. I want you to pick one.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick one. You know, he's been next to last, next or third to last, two of the last 3 pulls. He's gonna really nail it down today. My teammate CJ Graysick, he's close to losing his ride. We're gonna have to go a different direction.
Oh wow! Well, you
so
heard it here first.
Yeah,
Breaking news.
I'm sure CJ will be thrilled to hear that. You know.
CJ is sorry, man. Last place unlimited finisher. Oh, this
Oh,
is
boy,
Will
that's
Smith.
another
It's
one,
Will Smith.
yeah.
All right, here we go. You tell me when to stop, Dan. Tell me when to stop.
Now, it's like press your luck.
Ricky Rose, giddy up.
He's gone.
Ricky.
He's not here. He
Scratch.
left. He's up
He
in
left.
Minnesota by now.
Oh.
Yep,
okay.
he went
Late
home.
breaking news: the countdown to full-time show. Ricky Rose left.
Yes.
Pulling fans across the world, make the adjustments to your picks if you pick Ricky Rose.
Yes.
We already picked Ricky last, so I'm just going to say last anyway. But if you're at home, you can't really get last. So
Yeah, he's
True.
we'll skip that one and get to the last pick of the night. Over under on sled resets. We had one last night. We're at 1.5 tonight. What will it be?
I'm going to say the under.
I would agree with that.
Night number 2.
Last night it was a trend over. Everyone thought the over, but these guys did a great job.
Yeah, they did.
The unlimited class is the only one we saw reset. So
I feel like they always got a better shot at night too. You know, they kind of know the dirt, they know the field of competitors.
second day you got to be better, right?
Yeah,
Just
you
like
gotta be.
pullers.
Yep.
I mean, sled guys are always good, but you're going to be a little better naturally, especially with good weather conditions. Getting that time. We're here to get $2,500 to somebody this evening and the chance to drive
And a
two-wheel
chance,
drive.
right.
Dan, you can go down, you and Tyler, make your picks to win each class tonight.
All right, we'll start off.
You lead your
Okay.
show, your picks.
All right, we'll start with the 2-wheel drive class. Tyler, you're our guest. You get number 1 pick.
I'm gonna go with RJ Simon and the Simon Says Chevy.
Oh, I was going to say which one of the 5.
That's why I clarified.
Okay, well. And
Love
I'm
you, RJ.
as
Yeah.
well going to go with RJ, but
Really?
I'm going to go with the
Different
Dirty
track.
Pearl.
Okay.
I'm
Dirty
gonna go
Pearl's
with Dirty Pearl.
got second last night.
Yep,
It's been
yep,
making
coming
laps.
off us. Yep.
Okay.
So that's
RJ, you're a tritty guy up here today.
So now, Chase, who are you going to go with?
Oh, Jesse Petro. Jesse Petro's
Okay.
winning with Buckeye Holler.
Buckeye Holler. All right. All right.
Yeah, he's too good. He's going to lay one down, Buckeye Holler.
Okay. All right. Next up, we'll have the Super Stock diesel trucks. Tyler, you're up first.
I'm gonna go with the Trump Shane Kellogg on that.
Okay.
All those guys were tight. The top 4 were tight last night
Yes.
in that class, right?
Yes, very tight.
Shane, don't let me down.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Eric Stacy, Smoking the HD.
Also a good one.
You know,
He got second last night,
Second
right?
last night.
I would have said Nick Gillette, but we already locked him in for our last place pick. And, I got to keep my credibility in terms of my pick ability. So I'm going to go with Trump, my favorite vehicle name in pulling. So Trump it is.
All right.
Beautiful
Trump it is.
truck.
All right. Next up, we've got mini rods.
I think I'm gonna go Ken Benny in the funny little farm all. He hasn't been out much this year, but I think he's in the mood. He's after it.
And
he's hungry.
Last night we saw what, top 5,
Yeah,
4th, I
nice
believe,
pass.
ish, give or take.
He's not sitting on his hands back there, I promise you.
Yeah.
He's going to be throwing something at it.
Yeah. He's gonna go melt that thing down as he burns it in, puts 10 foot on the
Nobody
field.
wants anybody to melt anything, but
Yeah, we don't see
He,
any carnage.
if anybody's going to melt it, he'll probably know how to fix it better than anyone.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm going to go with Brian McDonald. I think the very little sanity ride. It's
He's
Fort
creeping
Recovery.
up. He's creeping up.
He's one of them crafty veterans. I think he's the lock for tonight.
I'm going to
Chase?
go with Tyler Slaw.
Okay.
If you're not first, you're last.
Bold prediction.
You were next to last, you're first tonight, Tyler.
I made some changes.
Big
I'm
fan
ready.
of yours. Big fan of yours and what you do for the sport. You're going to turn it around for all your fans out there.
All right,
I will
roll
do
the
my-
dice right here. You
I'll
heard
do my
it.
best not to let you down.
No pressure now.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
pressure.
Right.
I'll pay you $2,500.
Let's see. We got light pro stocks tonight. Diesel class. First diesel class. Light pro stocks.
They'll be the first class on the hillside here.
This afternoon we saw Kyle Howland with the black Tornado tractor was the winner, the John Deere. So who are you looking for tonight?
I'm going to go with the Forgiven
Okay.
tractor.
Forgiven
I
tractor.
think tonight's his night.
All right. I'm going to go myself. I'm going to go with Dave Armstrong, the Rowdy Red tractor. That tractor seems to run pretty good, and I think
who
he's
won today?
the Black Tornado, Kyle Holland.
I'm gonna roll with him. He's gonna sweep the weekend.
Okay, he's sweeping.
weekend
All right, we
call
got a
the
sweep.
Bold
Yep.
prediction.
That's my lock of the night too, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now one of the toughest classes to pick here tonight, super stock diesel. You only got 6. Tyler, you're up.
I'm going to go with the Bone Twister.
Going Bone Twister.
Travis
All right.
has got it.
Travis is going to sweep.
Yep, sweep.
All right, I'm going to go a different direction. I'm going Super Rooster tonight. I think
Okay.
Ken Payne, he's been sitting back there. He was second last night. I think he's going to pull it out here tonight.
Roosters do. Roosters
All
have been
right.
creeping.
Yep.
I'm gonna ride with you, Dan, and your expertise. Kent Payne, diesel super stock winner.
You guys are
All
both
right.
riding the Rooster on that one.
We're riding the Rooster. We're riding the Rooster.
I've rode some other things, but I've never rode a rooster. Tonight's the night.
If anybody could do it, you could, Chase.
Oh, I can't.
And then my personal opinion, the best class in the motorsport, the unlimited class. Always a tough one. We got, I believe, 11 tonight.
Glad you shared that with us. Everyone's entitled to their
That's
own
right,
opinion.
own
these days.
opinion.
That's what
We've-
we're
I
not
hear this-
affiliated with any organization. We are here for Full Pull, and the experts in the sport, which are you, amongst our other team of Larry and Miles and those guys.
Saturday night, you ask anybody, unlimited class, whether it's here, Bowling Green, I mean, come on, where would you
Doesn't
rather
get
be?
better than that.
Right.
Everyone is paying attention to that. No
That's
question.
right. You're up first, Tyler. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Wayne Purser. He made
Okay.
a good pass last night. I think he's going to build on that. He's going to lay one down.
All right, myself, I'm going to go with Joe Ader once again.
Oh,
A new bullet on the front. Lost
He's,
one last
he's
night.
later in the class tonight, right?
I believe he's down towards the bottom.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is.
Yep.
Uh,
All right, Chase. You're
Uncle
up.
Sam, I got to go with Uncle
Okay.
Sam.
Wayne Purser.
He's been top 3 every time, knocking on the door. I think sometimes the numbers haven't really been in his favor, but he still puts it down through there. So,
That new combination, that's working.
yeah, he's
just a pile of motors.
Yeah. Just
yeah. So something happened to me last night. We'll close on this. Adam Bowers having a hard time getting his tractor in gear, and I was up there, pushing his butterflies in, trying to get it to calm down on his top motor. You don't realize there's freaking 5 engines, like, of fumes going to your face. Like, I was in tears, like, golly, what did I do? No, seriously, I stepped away. I'm like, dude, that's hardcore, because all 5 engines are like, fumes are in your face. So, Tyler, note to yourself, whenever you're helping Purser Bauer, take a gas mask.
All right. Duly noted.
we need to get a full pull camera on that. I think
Yeah,
for
we
the
will.
next
Yeah,
time
we
that
will.
needs
We
to
will,
be
so.
a live. Yeah.
How many tears Chase will have running down his
Yeah.
face?
Well, it depends if I win or lose, too. So, guys, it's been awesome. Again, if you're in the venue, you'll see us here on the hillside. Come get your free T-shirt, download the app, play along, win your $2,500, $200 cash games in each class, or 4 of the 6 classes. Play along all 5 sessions at Rockwell next week, and then, of course, the full Pull Town experience. You'll be hearing a lot about that this next week. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to get a lot of attention and get a lot of excitement from fans.
And the drawing will be coming up that following Monday.
Yes, sir.
That'll
Yep.
be
We actually
picking the
might
winner.
have you MC it.
Okay. All right.
MC.
Life-changing
Is that
experience.
the proper word for it? MC?
I believe so.
MC, that'll
MC.
work. Yeah. That. Well, we do the Monday show where we go over the recap of how bad our picks were
That's
over the
right,
weekend.
That's right. So
And
we'll talk to the back office marketers at Full Pull and see what makes sense. But Dan, ever since you've showed your worth of picking, almost picking 5 or 5 at Chapel Hill, you're locked in for this till the end of time. So we just haven't told you.
oh, okay.
He knows a thing or two.
Yeah. So
But yeah. So next week, countdown to Pull Time Show live from Rockwell.
yeah, live from
That'll
Rockwell.
be what nights will be that?
Thursday,
That'll
Friday,
be Thursday.
Saturday.
Okay, so
before
3
each
shows.
evening session. Yep. So if you haven't been to Rockwell, just like all these events we go to, definitely a bucket list. Check one off. It's amazing. Tyler will tell you where that pull started and where it is now. And those guys, just like the guys here at Fort Recovery, have big ambition and big goals for their event in the sport. And the message that the greatest motorsport in the world is tractor pulling is very clear in Rockwell, Iowa. So.
Yeah, great venue. I've heard it's right in the middle of a cornfield. There's nothing pretty much around there. It's just, but the people come out and
If
it's
you're
a great
there,
show.
that's where you're going to be.
Yeah,
What
it's
fits pulling better
absolutely.
than cornfields?
Well, there you go.
So, Gentlemen, it's been real. Dan,
Yes.
thank you.
As
Tyler,
always, yes.
thank you. Can't wait to
you.
kick your you-know-what on the track maybe later.
Likewise.
Yeah, there you go. Tyler, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Great
so-
time.
That's a sign-off. Sign her off, Mr.
Absolutely,
MC.
yeah. Thanks for everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week live from Rockwell. Have a good night.